Great effort by both teams at this time. There he is. This time our athletic director, Tommy Ferguson, will present the Consolation Championship plaque to the Cash Lady Bulldogs. Thank you. Welcome to the Constellation Championship in boys action. The visiting team today on the scoreboard will be the Plainview Indians, coached by Dion Stevenson, assisted by Sebastian Fuentes and Rock Palmer. For the Indians, the 6'3" sophomore, number 0, Dominic Corsi. 5'9" senior, number 1. 6' senior, number 5, Noah Enriquez. 5'9" junior, number 10, Jaden Smith. And the 6'7" sophomore, number 23, Lexi Hoyle.
All right, folks, this is our first game of today's Day 3 coverage of the 2026 Hately Classic. It features the Duncan Demons. They enter the game with a 4-8 record on the season. So far, they are 1-1 on the year at the tournament, losing to Chickasha in overtime 42-52, and then defeating Hera yesterday 69-47. Battle will feature the consolation side at the Leopard Arena or New Gym, and then the other game that'll go head to head with this will feature over at the Hately Arena or the Old Gym, if you can follow that train of thought. It'll be Hera versus Pauls Valley going head to head. That'll be the 7th place game. Hera Pauls Valley 7th, Duncan Plainview here is the 5th place consolation game. Plainview and Cash just had a nail biter, ended up being a 2-point victory for Cash to win 5th place for the girls. And then earlier today, Duncan girls again lose, but they did much better today. Final score in that pairing, Sulphur 51-19. And then again, Cash 55-53 over Plainview. Both of those finals for the girls' games. The way the format works today, if anybody cares, is they do doubleheader games at both noon and 1:20. Old New Gyms, and then after that, everything gives way here to the New Gym Leopard Arena, where there will be the 3rd place boys-girls game, followed by the championship games coming up. Those matchups, in case anybody is interested: Cash Chickasha for the boys will be the 3rd place game. Lindsay Sulphur for the boys championship. Girls' 3rd place game will be Lindsay Pauls Valley, and the championship game will be Chickasha versus Hera. Would like to thank Bob's Southern Eatery and Local Guy Roofing, our coverage sponsor for today's stream highlights and coverage of the Hately Classic. Duncan jumps out to the early 2-0 lead. Demons in red, and actually Plainview in white. However, our encoder panel does not have a white tab, so I do apologize. So we'll just stick with Duncan in red, black, and we'll do Plainview white, red. How about that? Jump shot outside the key, air ball, no good. Battle for the board. This one is going to be a foul call before it's a turnover. So push off white, number 15. Demons will regain possession of the ball. So far, one shot, one score. Misses that one and rebounds. Has a flare here across midcourt. Doesn't quite seem yet. We'll do our best to get you a final score for the other game going head to head here right now. Again, there's 2 boys game ongoing. Old Gym, it's Hera Pauls Valley for 7th place. Here at the New Gym, it's Duncan Plainview for 5th. And I may have explained that backwards earlier. Duncan is in white. Sorry, correction on that. And Plainview red. That's why we chose red for Plainview. So the Demons 2 touches, and they have opportunities here to really kind of right or wrong. They played exceptionally well against Chickasha on Thursday, and then for whatever reason went into overtime and went absolutely cold. I think they only had 1 bucket the entire overtime period. Ended up losing 52-42. which give you kind of an idea of just how bad the intermission for the fifth quarter was, so to speak. Missed shot and rebound, so a stop for Plainview. They're still looking to get a shot off and a bucket scored. Jump shot is off the mark, no good. We're going to have a battle for the board, however. I think 35 will be called for the reach around. Two team fouls already here in the first quarter against the Demons. New rule specifies 5 is the magic number to go to bonus. And hits it. So Plainview officially on the board, snaps a 4-0 Demon run. So back-to-back stops for the Indians, and here they come flaring, drives, kicks it out. Wide open on the perimeter again, just off the mark on the 3. Demons crash the board, one pass, and they're already across midcourt. Could have been a reach-in foul. Nonetheless, another steal and turnover. Here come the Indians. Raz Mataz dishes off into the paint, and Plainview takes a lead. 5-0 run for the Indians out of Ardmore. So a game of streaks. Duncan opens up 4-0 run, and now Plainview responds with their own 5-0 run. Total of 8 games on board today, a 3-day, 24-game format. One of the few tournaments where they have a 7th place game. So regardless if you're beaten twice and the losers or consolation side of the bracket, you still get a third crack at it. So it gives the team an opportunity to finish 1-2 rather than 0-3. And Duncan responds. Nice mid-range jumper for Stocky. He drains it up to half court, kicks it over. Both teams very aggressive early on in defense, paying some dividends. We're having a lot of stolen passes and errant plays. Players, nice sportsmanship there to kind of check on him, give him a hand up. Jump shot outside the key, downtown. Wow. You got to give credit on that one, man. That was an NBA international 3 there. Holy moly. And a steal by the Demons. Dishes scores. Well, it was a 4-0 run to start the game for Duncan, a 5-0 run response by Plainview, and now a 7-0 run for the Demons leads to a timeout. It'll be a 30-second call, 11-5 is your score. You're watching PNTP coverage, Day 3 action of the Haley Classic. Just a reminder, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. All you have to do is go to the home tab, click, it is free. It'll prioritize content whenever you are inside the app. You'll be more likely to see our videos, and more importantly, it helps us get coverage sponsors so that our broadcasts can remain free for the public audience instead of having to charge a subscription fee. Back in action now, halfway through the first quarter. It has been a back and forth battle, even though the score may not indicate that now. We have had 2 lead changes. Duncan jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Plainview responded with a 5-0 run, and now it's a 7-zip run for the Demons in white. Oh, to the bucket. Beautiful move. Beautiful move. Demons absolutely on fire. 9-0 run. So Demons in white and Indians in red. Our encoder panel, we do not have a white tab, so we're going to stick with Duncan in black. So I apologize if there's any confusion. They're the home team on the scoreboard. So Duncan home, Plainview guest. And Plainview snaps the streak and scores. And right like that, back across home court. Teams are being a very kind of helter-skelter format. This has been very up-paced, high tempo. And got to say, with the exception of one other game I watched yesterday, these two teams probably played the fastest of everybody in the tournament. They really don't waste a lot of time and just pretty much get the ball up court about 2-3 seconds flat. We only have two final scores to report from earlier today. However, I gave them at the first, but I'll do it again. Sulphur Girls 51-19 over Duncan, and Cash 55-53 over Plainview Girls. So that gives the Bulldogs the seventh place plaque, and then the Cash Bulldogs the fifth place consolation plaque. Games still coming up on the girls' side of the bracket. Following this game will be Lindsay versus Pauls Valley for third place, and then the championship game will be Chickasha versus Hera. Boys' games are simultaneously going off right now. Hera, Pauls Valley for seventh at the old gym or the Haley Arena, and then obviously Duncan Plainview here at Leopard Arena, the new gym. Game that will precede the whole combination of first, third will be Cash Chickasha for third for the boys at approximately 4 p.m. And then Lindsay Sulphur boys at 6:40 p.m. will close out the 2026 Hately Classic. Just off the mark and no good. Player substitution for the Demons now. 23 back in the floor. Number 15 will take a brief respite on the bench. So he hits one of two. Back to a 6-point lead for Duncan. Post up pivot shot is blocked. Nice defense by the Indians. Duncan tries to swipe it, can't quite do it. Sidestep and Tooper take it. Bucket scores. And potential 3-point play coming up for Plainview. And now they're on a 4-0 run themselves. Shot is no good. Correction, 3-0. All right, Duncan already crossed midcourt. As I said, about 2-3 seconds flat, and they're there. 2:17 remains here in the first quarter. PNTV action of day 3 coverage of the 2026 Hately Classic. And post up shot is no good. However, it is a foul against, I believe, number 22. It is a shooting foul, so 2 free throws will be forthcoming. Only the second team foul of the quarter for Plainview. Duncan has 4, so the next time the Demons foul, that will put the Indians in bonus remainder of the first. Knocks them both down. Demons back up by 6. Been a very fast-paced game. Only one timeout so far by Plainview. Kind of stop an avalanche of a 9-0 run by the Demons. Otherwise, been very free-flowing play. Both teams really going at it, very aggressive. Going to have a reach-in foul, and the range of motion is going to give him 2 free throws. Would have put him in bonus regardless with the 5th foul. Ramirez flagged with his first foul of the game. Ooh, beautiful shot. And just off the mark, hustles up the rebound. So misses it, gets his own rebound in the end, and resets the play. Into the paint, passes up, shot is just short, rebound put back is no good. So 3 shot opportunities for Plainview, and only able to get the 1 free throw. Woo! That one had some heater on it. All right, so A ball is going to be touched by Plainview on that throw. So Duncan dodges a bullet there on the throwaway. They'll maintain possession. 1:22 remains in the first quarter. Oh, nice pass. I think it kind of froze the offensive player because it was a rocket. Trying to get the isolation read. Demons not having anything to do with it. Ramirez, nice hustle. Just about takes out the scores table, and that is a Brozinski there that you do not want running at you fast. Younger brother of Jace Ramirez is the younger brother of Eli Ramirez, and a little bit stockier build than his brother. He's our reigning pitcher of the year for Class 5A in the spring for baseball. Eli, our Mr. Oklahoma overall winner. Honor well earned and deserved by the multiple state champion in academic football, baseball, athletic state champion, wrestling state champion. And he is wide open. Just took a little bit of time to catch up to the pass. Otherwise, that would have been probably a pretty easy layup. So nice closing speed by Plainview. 42 seconds remain. So we're going to have just the third team foul, but it is a range of motion shot, so to put him up there at the line to shoot two. Ooh. I'm actually very surprised that 22 was not flagged. He moved him probably a good 5 feet off the floor. Almost a field goal. Shot is no good. Your score through one. Duncan 17, Plainview 11. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage of the 2026 Hately Classic here at Lindsay High School.
That's Rich Sexton. Thank you. Yeah, go again for thank you.
To the hoop scores. Jump ball is the call. Possession will favor Duncan. Substitution for Plainview. Number 10 will head to the bench. Number 5 back on the floor. Jump shot outside the key. In it goes. We'll talk about a just root around kind of shot. The largest lead of the game now for the Demons at 11. Travel is called on the sidestep.
Mario for three.
Ooh, just kind of just a little too many passes going on in too tight of a section. Duncan really kind of timing those and disrupting lanes. And as a result, this one's going to ricochet off number 5's finger. Jump shot is no good. And nails it, nothing but net. So Plainview back in the ball game now. It is a 25-14 margin, though. So they definitely needed that. Duncan up to their largest lead prior to that 3. Now back down to their second largest lead of 11. High has been 14. Pretty much Plainview's trailed throughout. And here we go. Dishes off, drives straight to the hoop, scores. Nails it again. Beautiful shot. So back-to-back threes for the Indians. Trims the lead to 10. Timeout called Demons 27-17. I'd like to thank our coverage sponsor for today's stream and highlights, Bob's Southern Eatery in Meridian, just outside of Comanche and Duncan, and local guy roofing. Please contact Ryan Mora for all your roofing needs. Back in action. 4:35 remains before halftime. Battle between Demons and Indians for the fifth place consolation plaque here for the Hately Classic. Beautiful shot. And he was outside the line, so that is a three. So three consecutive 3-point plays. And our last 9 points have all been drained. So nicely done, young men.
Daniel's return. Horsey returns. And score.
Plainview with the bucket. 2:30 remains.
By Horsey.
Well, with the three, it is a 5-0 run for Plainview and another timeout called. 32nd, 30-21 inside of about 2 minutes to go before halftime. So correction on the score. That was a 2, not a 3. So corrected accordingly. Double pass to the hoop and misses the shot. Maintained possession by Plainview. Looks like number 33 may have touched it to flick it out of bounds. So the Indians will get another opportunity to get a shot here. 1:45 remains and stolen by Duncan. So back-to-back steals, and we are moving at the speed of sight because it is fast, fast, fast. Dishes off and to the hoop scores. Well, Demons were up by 15 at one point, now down to 7. So Plainview has been able to nick and cut and strip away the lead. Will they be able to tie this thing up and potentially take the lead? Jump shot is on its way and good. Demons respond with another 3-point dagger and back to a double-digit lead, 33-23, minute to go.
Let's go. There you go.
Well, the technical turns things dramatically the other direction. And now 43 seconds to go, a 7-point lead has flummoxed and absolutely pendulum swing the other way. And now it has been a +9 game for Duncan. And no other way to say this other than largest lead of the game, 16 points, and an absolute backbreaker turn of events for Plainview. They had really chipped away at a 15-point lead, got it down to 7, and then now back down 16, largest of the game for Duncan, who can pretty much run out the clock. They don't even really have to shoot, but they're stole on the pass, so there we go. So draws the foul, 2 free throws coming up, 23 seconds remains. That'll be the first official call against number 10. We'll have 2 players coming in here at the substitution for the table. Number 23 and I believe number 10 will be joining us. Fast-paced first half. This is your 5th place consolation game. First free throw is no good. All right, so he goes 1 for 2, gets it back to 15. 20 seconds for the Demons. This is probably the slowest they have come up the floor the entire game. The only other play that has been slower is probably the jump ball. I mean, they have flown down the court. Back-to-back turnovers. Very surprising. Gets it back. So this is going to be 4, 3, 2, 1. Pivots, shoots, and no good. Your score at halftime, Duncan 39, Plainview 24. You're watching PNTV coverage day 3 action of the 2026 Hately Classic at Lindsay High School, courtesy of Local Guy Roofing and Bob's Southern Eatery.
Armstrong. Carry for 3. Brooks in for Plainview. Left gun with the layup. From the line. Brooks will go to the line for 2.
Gotta be a little bit more of a ball. You can wear them. The real one? Yeah. So if I find Remember Kenyon Morton? He's taking good ones right now. They're just like I'm shocked. He's been taking good ones.
Cobb returns for Duncan.
backside, Luke.
Enriquez will shoot two. Duncan returns for Duncan. Fred returns for Plainview. Todd with the bucket and trip to the line. Percy will go to the line for two.
Good job, Dom.
Back to a 20-point lead for the Demons after the made free throw. 2 player substitutions in for the Indians here. 3:01 remains in the third quarter. You're watching PNTV coverage, day 3 action of the 2026 Hately Classic at Lindsay High School. So 2 for 2, and we will head back down the floor. Duncan has led throughout, and the Demons looking to win the 5th place consolation game here and then kick us underway for the 3rd place and then championship games that will follow. Final scores from earlier today in the girls' bracket. Sulphur defeated Duncan for 7th place, 51-19. Cache victorious over Plainview in the 5th place game, 55-53. There are 2 games going head-to-head at the old and new gyms. It is Hara Pauls Valley boys for 7th, and then obviously Duncan Plainview here for 5th. We'll try our best to get you that final score for Hara Pauls Valley when we go back on for the Lindsay Pauls Valley girls game coming up next. I'll bounce over to the old gym, see if we can't get that score, and then when we launch the new feed, we'll let you know. Pace considerably has slowed here in the third quarter.
Wakefield in position.
To the hoop scores. To the hoop. Can I get you guys just to scoot just a little bit? Thank you. Down to 1:20 to go in the third quarter. Another run by Plainview, so they've trimmed Duncan's lead to 15 points twice. Oh, yeah, straight up turnover. The defense got the better of them there. Duncan coach not going to be happy on the play. They look to set up a isolation read, kind of set a soft block where they can pick and roll, kind of go around it, perhaps bust through and drive to the paint. And unfortunately, it didn't make the break the right direction. Went left instead of right. Ball goes errant. Like to thank Bob Southern Eatery and Meridian and Local Guy Roofing, our coverage sponsor for today's live stream and video highlights. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of this game, there will be a highlight reel generated. We'll reset the encoder panel, and then we will be back up and running for the third place girls game between the Lindsay Leopardettes and the Pauls Valley Lady Panthers. Remaining games today will feature in the girls bracket Lindsay Pauls Valley for third, Chickasha Hara for first, and then on the boys side of the bracket, Hara Pauls Valley for seventh is ongoing. Duncan Plainview about to go into the fourth quarter, and then the third place game will be Cash Chickasha and Lindsay Sulphur for the championship of the 2026 Eightley Classic. Ooh, back top of the key, just almost stolen. Down to 54 seconds. This one gets away from me. So back-to-back plays. Plainview almost turns it over. And this one I think is going to be called a travel call. He goes two-for on the ball placement and moving with the pivot foot. A very, very tenacious defense and nice structure there by Duncan. They are really making Plainview work for every pass, every shot opportunity. Inside of 45 seconds now to go in the third quarter. Pace has really slowed down here in the second half. First two quarters, blazing speed. I mean, teams, wow, he just thread that needle. Misses the shot, dumps it off, kicks it back. Here we go, cross midcourt, 25 seconds to go. Penetrates, goes to the hoop, misses the shot. Rebound is going to be negated. I believe we're going to have a charge call, and it'll be Leopard ball. Both teams now in bonus, so we're double bonus remainder of the quarter. Only 22 and change to go, though. Should be at the free throw line shooting their double bonus. Just, I don't know why they're not following the rule there. It's double bonus. It's supposed to be at the free throw line. And just looking at the scoreboard and still hasn't, this should be foul shots right here. But anyway. Okie dokie. Maybe they waved off the foul. Otherwise, we have a missed call here. 10 seconds to go before the end of the third quarter. Turnover, Lindsay. So both teams having the ball with 26 seconds to go. Potential last-second shots for the quarter, and both managed to turn it over. We're going to have another substitution, so curious. 7.8 seconds to go. And number 11 will kick the ball in, entering the game. Number 4 heads to the bench for the Indians. So they'll have enough time to set this up, either a backcourt cut and then cross back over, which is what they elect to do. Sets the pick, rolls, pump fake, shot is off the mark, no good. Ball bounces around, and that's going to do it. Woo! Your score through 3, Duncan 49, Plainview 34. You're watching Prep Nation TV coverage, Day 3 action for the 2026 Hadley Classic. Back in action, and immediately a 4th turnover in as many possessions. This has kind of gotten to be problematic, definitely disrupting the flow. And each team now with 2 in their last 5 total possessions. 4 have been turnovers. Back in action, Duncan's been a while since they've hit a shot. 49-34 commanding lead for the Demons. Can afford to be a little bit more picky. Unfortunately, when you do slow down your pace, sometimes it impacts the offensive flow and rhythm. In this particular case, another turnover. That's going to be 3 consecutive turnovers for the Demons in as many touches. So definitely not the best into the game. They came out both guns blazing in the first 2 quarters. I believe the high that they've had a lead briefly was 18, cut to 15, then back up to 16. It's been as little as 7 in the second half, but that's been the closest that Plainview has been able to get it ever since the opening 2-0 bucket and then initial 3, 4, and 5-point surges by Duncan. They had multiple shots go in a row to just pretty much jump on Plainview from the get-go. Backdoor cut is fake. He'll keep it on the perimeter. Oh, bad pass. 4th possession in a row, turnover Duncan. Side steps. PTP right there. And the lead is cut to 13 points now.
Varsity guard for Plainview.
Well, here we go. Plainview, thought it was going to be a backdoor violation. Instead, it's called on the foul, number 12 on the shove off. 6-11. Indians definitely chipping away here at a commanding lead. Nothing would make them happier than to get this back under double digits. Team's in pretty good position foul-wise. Only number 25 for the Demons has 3 fouls. To the hoop scores. And this is what I was talking about. A potential three-point play now coming up that would take us to a 10-point lead. Misses the free throw, flies down the floor. This is the fastest Duncan has been since the first part of the third. 4 consecutive turnovers for the Demons. Double teaming, tenacious defense by the Indians. They are really trying to give it a run here at the end of the game, try to get this thing back their way. We're going to have a reach and foul call, number 3 for the Indians. I like the call, though. They've got several fouls to burn. It's only the third team foul against Plainview in the quarter. So they've still got a freebie before it puts Duncan potentially at the free throw line to shoot. They've definitely disrupted the pace of flow and even the ability to get off shots. 4 consecutive turnovers for the Duncan. That one could have been a 5th one there. And were it not for the fact that he stepped on the line and dropped the ball, that would have been 5 in a row. Really nice defensive step there by number 21 to come in behind the post up and then grab the ball wide open. Yeah, take that shot off the mark. That's the first shot Duncan's got off all quarter long. And here we go, Plainview with the ball. A bucket trims it to a single-digit lead. 5:10 remains in the game. Crosses. Oh, take that back. Steal, feed, and scores. So the first bucket of the quarter for Duncan, as bizarre as that sounds. 3 minutes basically go by. 1 to end the third and 2 to start the fourth. And no scores. I mean, it has been a continuous problem for the Demons to get back in an offensive rhythm, and the steal and turnover is what the doctor ordered. Substitution package for both teams. Nicely contested game for the 5th place consolation here at the Hately Classic, named after Hall of Fame legendary coach Charles K. Hately. Legend and icon back from the 6-on-6 days of girls basketball. Rebound, second shot is ricocheted off, no good. This is going to be a tough one. I love the hustle, the guy that went right down the tunnel. He crashed into the door off the outstretched hand to number 21. Nice hustle there, young man. You can say one thing about Plainview. They may be behind. They may be slightly a step behind Duncan, but they have played hard. They've hustled, and they have not quit even when this lead has ballooned up to as many as 18 points. Dishes off the paint. Post-up shot is good. So it's a 4-0 run for the Demons now. Back-to-back buckets. Reach over the back call against number 23. And that will be Duncan's final foul before we go into bonus. Plainview still has a foul to burn with only 3 for the quarter. And we are about halfway through the 4th and final quarter, so keep in mind that this may be a strategy that Plainview can utilize to their advantage to try to chip away even further. Oh, just misses the shot. Post back up again, misses shot number 2. Ball is bouncing around, gets the rebound, opportunity for 3 shots. Plainview double kicks it on the pass, down in underneath the bucket, perfectly spotted. Misses shot 3. Shot 4 is no good. Ball is knocked off the fingertips of number 0, even though it may have been off of 33 when he had the rebound initially. But it'll be Demon ball. Plainview 0 for 4 on shot opportunities there to get the lead cut. And we're back to 15 again for the Demons, which is pretty much where they've settled in to a consistent run ever since late first, early second quarter. Floating pass is a problem ball. Duncan's able to get it. Kicks off, jump shot is up, no good. Rebound. We're going to have a blockout foul called against number 10. That'll take us to 3:34 to go in the fourth.
Greg Smith will shoot 2.
Demon ball, 3:25 to go. Double triple pass into the paint. That's kind of a ticky-tack foul call. They were posting up, battling for position. Number 21 with a push-off from behind. That'll be their 4th foul. So next one will put Duncan in bonus, and that may be number 5 there, come to look at it. It'll put 33 at the line to shoot. Just off the mark, no good. Off the mark, no good. Gets the rebound. Battle for the ball. Jump ball is the call. And that will favor the Indians. They'll have the ball. 2:55 remaining. Travel is called.
Blocking returns for Duncan.
Well, another turnover, and here we go the opposite direction. Posts up and misses the shot. The one thing that has absolutely been debilitating for Plainview has been missed buckets and missed shot opportunities inside the paint. They've probably had about 15 or 20 that have not fallen for them. Only probably real critique you could give Duncan is a lot of turnovers. And other than that, they have pretty much been dialed in after losing a heartbreaker of a game Thursday against Chickasha in overtime. Game really got away from them. It was a tie game. They got outscored only one bucket in overtime, beat by 10, and ended up being one of those games to where you're like, how's 52-40 to an overtime score? But that was the score. And then came back with a vengeance yesterday. So Demons will finish tournament play 2-1 for the boys, 0-3 for the girls. I do want to give the girls some props. They've had a lot of turnover. Graduated out players, transferred out. Some didn't field in uniform. And even though yesterday was a very, very sad day for them, only 3 free throws scored, they have been able to consistently get into double digits for the tournament. Today, putting up the most yet after 12 on Thursday, 3 Friday. They did 19 points today. So some positives for them. And opportunity here for Plainview to continue to chip away at the lead, 54-40. And shot is no good.
Plainview returns. Break is at the lowest complete. Let's go with the line. Plus the Plainview on you.
And 2 for 2 on the free throws inside of 2 minutes to go. So this is going to be a Duncan victory. Demons will take 5th place consolation. And then we will be gearing up for the 3rd place consolation game between the girls coming up immediately following this game. We will drop the feed, generate the highlight reel, try to bounce over to the old gym, get a score update if we can, and then be back here and set up for the next game coming up for the Leopard Heads. I'd like to thank Bob's Southern Eatery in Meridian, And Local Guy Roofing, our coverage sponsor for today's live stream and highlights. Please reach out to Ryan Moore for all your roofing needs in Stevens, Grady, and surrounding counties. I believe we have a timeout called. Duncan. Each team in double bonus, remainder of the quarter. And we will have 1:28 in game time resuming when we get back from a interesting call for the timeout. Fourth foul against number 21. Keep an eye there.
Let's go for 3.
Nails the shot. And the Demons rolling here back up to a 16-point lead. Off the mark, no good. Rebound, Duncan. Whips it down, passes, catches, drops, dribbles, puts the shot up and scores. Demons back up to their largest lead of the game now at 18 inside of 55 seconds to go.
Good. That's the line for 2.
Back at the free throw line once again. Been a lot of fouls this quarter. And it is good. Nice free throw stroke. 42 seconds. Crosses midcourt. Game has just literally been a very, very interesting tale of styles and trajectories. Anytime Duncan has really ratcheted up, cranked it up, gone high tempo, fast pace, it has served him exceptionally well. I'm not sure why we're trying to get a jump ball here with 25 seconds to go, but nonetheless, Duncan maintains possession. But it has really, really favored them to go fast, high tempo, and to force lanes and assignments. When they've slowed it down, actually, Plainview has done well and been able to get chips away at the lead. Just not enough opportunities to do so. It stretched where Duncan had 4 consecutive turnovers helped, but then what kind of busted the game open early was a technical call and a shot made. It led to kind of a 6-point swing to where Lindsay got the shot, made both free throws, got the ball back, hit a 3, and that pretty much iced it early in the first half. Duncan's going to run this clock out. Final score is going to be 61-45. Whoop, correction. We may go to the free throw line here. We'll see. Misspoke there. 3.7 seconds to go. So who knows? We may get some free throws tacked on and maybe even a 3 or another shot by Plainview.
Here we go, it's a line. Congratulations to both teams on a fine tournament. At this time, Athletic Director and Middle School Principal Tommy Ferguson will present the Consolation Championship plaque to the Duncan Demons.